Good evening. So, I wanted to share with you guys tonight a couple trail camera photos that are sent to me. And before I show them to you, I know some of you guys are probably like, let's just get to it. It's very important with any photo or supposed photo of Sasquatch or any other strange creature that we look at the context and we preface it a little bit. And we talk about how and why and a little background. Now, a while back, I had some photos that were supposedly of a dog man that were given to me, and they were real photos. And the story the guy gave me was pretty close to this real story that happened, but the guy who sent them to me was not the real guy, and he just downloaded them off of a website. Told me the story and said that it was him, but it was not him. So the story and the pictures are mostly true, but the guy who gave them to me. So you never know. People email me every day. People send me photos all the time. Some of them are just a dark spot in the woods, and some of them are very compelling. And I encourage people, and I encourage you guys to send me your photos and your work, and may or may not use them in a video. It just really depends. Things that I think might be convincing, other people might not. And the internet being a very fickle place, every photo of Bigfoot, people just say fake or not real or hoaxer or come on, this isn't real, or I thought you were better than this. And it's not that easy. You really have to take some time to take a look at things. And stuff that I've easily dismissed, I've come back later and said, I think this might be real. And other things that I first instinct thought it was real, later came back around and looked at it some more and said, you know what, I think I've been duped, or I don't think this is real. So the story is this guy, not going to share him. He has a YouTube channel, and he posted a couple things on there, and then he kind of quit. And apparently, I guess he's been threatened and or harassed by who he thinks are people of the government because of some of the pictures shown. So we take that with a grain of salt. Maybe it's true, maybe it isn't. But he wanted to be anonymous, so I will respect that. I've seen a lot of pictures floating around the internet. I see ones every day, new ones every day, and I have not seen these two pictures before, which doesn't mean that they're not posted somewhere on somebody's blog or YouTube or something else. So he's either completely genuine or lying completely or somewhere in the middle. So with that said, I want to jump into it with you guys today. So the first photo here, you can see tuft of hair in the right corner there, lower right corner. And for me, it could be anything, but when you think about deer, maybe possibly a bear in a certain light, but not too many critters in the woods, especially in North America, have this specific type of hair pattern. It could even be a human being, although a very hairy human being. And what this picture is purported to be is a Bigfoot on all fours. Apparently he had put bread out and in front of a trail camera, and this is one of the images he captured. Now, people say you can't get Bigfoot on trail cameras, and I disagree. You can. I think it's incredibly difficult. I think in certain areas where they're not used to seeing trail cameras, or you get a juvenile one, or if you put bait out and they're hungry enough, they might not care. Or if you have a higher quality one, or it's in a certain spot, you might be able to fool it. So definitely inconclusive, as most of these cameras can be with the images that they produce, but still very fascinating. It definitely looks like something's there. Could it be maybe a bear's ear really close? Not really. It looks more like the side profile, like looking back behind over like the left shoulder of an animal. And he said on its all fours, and it very well could be. Like I said, interesting background saying that he's had some trouble with people claiming to be from the government trying to shut him down. So I think it's fairly interesting. And we're going to jump into the next photo here. So this is the second of the two photos I was sent. And at first you're like, blobsquatch. And I was ready to dismiss it. I looked at both these. I get a lot of emails. I looked at both these photos and kind of went, well, it could be context. That's always a big thing. If there's a blobsquatch, but 3 other people saw it and this was the best picture they can get off, that's way more credibility than I was just snapping pictures at random and this one just showed up in it, but I didn't see anything. So the fact that this is in the same area, the same spot even, just at a different angle, but blurred, it's very strange. Everything's blurry in the picture. And at first I was like, I don't know about this. It's just some blurry things. It could be a guy walking by. It could be a bird. It could be a bear's butt. I mean, who knows? So I just kind of looked at these pictures for a few seconds and kind of went about my business, and I'll email them back later. But then I started staring at it, and I'm like, oh, this picture really reminds me of something. And I was scrolling through there, and there's a reason why Patty, you saw at the beginning of the video, looks very Patty-like, but blurry. And is it a colorized version? Is it a hoax of someone putting together with Patty or something? I don't know. Is it a mask? I don't know. It's a blurry photo. But the context of the first photo and said that he had captured him before and he had seen Bigfoot in the area and he had found other evidence of it, combined with these photos, I think it's very possible. I mean, who knows? It could be a guy in a suit. This guy could be hoaxing me. This guy could be very genuine. He could not be. But I think it's very interesting. Not a smoking gun by any point of view, but definitely seems to have a lighter around the nose and eye area, and almost seems to kind of come to a point at the top of the head like a sagittal crest. Kind of seems to be a little darker right in the center where the brow ridge is, and it kind of trails on back. Very reminiscent of Patty, I thought, because when I saw it at first, I was like, oh, it's just a blur. You really start looking at it and you really start zooming in, you're like, you know what? If I snapped a quick picture and it was blurry, or the sun was in the lens or something of Patty up close, it might look a lot like this. So both these pictures inconclusive, but I wanted to share them with you guys. And I'm hoping you let me know in the comments. Please be respectful. Please be nice. Please, let's have a cordial conversation. If you just come in and say fake, 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 he's full of it or something, that's not being constructive. If you think, well, I'm just not convinced, I completely understand, because I'm not convinced either. But I thought they were interesting photos, and I wanted to see if any of you had seen them before. If this is a guy trying to hoax me, or if you know anything about these photos, or if you think they're genuine, or what's going on. Anyway, you guys let me know in the comments. I'm very interested to hear what you guys have to say. So when it comes to trail cameras and Bigfoot, I've mentioned it before. I still use them. I think that it's a long shot, but I also think you get very good intel of the area. If you see deer, if you see bear, if you maybe see a mountain lion or a bear in an area you didn't think have bears, they're your little spies in the woods, and I think it's very good even if you don't directly capture a picture. Now, what you see going in the background are some internet trail camera photos supposedly of Sasquatch. Now, some of these are undoubtedly fake. Some of these are undoubtedly real. Some of these are just really bizarre, like the one you see here. Some of these are probably pareidolia, where there's just, some gray mark in the bushes that just happens to look like a face poking around it. And other times it might actually be a face. And with just looking at flat pictures like this, like I said, the context is very important. Where was this? How high up was the camera? How high is the figure in the picture? Like this picture here, how high is in the tree back there? Are there bears in the area? What's going on? What could be misidentified? And there are ones that are very hard to know if is this a bear? Is this a Sasquatch? Well, we can talk about it both ways. And some people, no, it's proven it's a bear. No, the proof was wrong and it's really a Sasquatch. And it's very interesting, and we can look at it all day long. And then there's other ones like this where, the deer is obviously staring at something. Could that be a bear? Could that be a Sasquatch? Could that be a guy in a suit? I mean, it certainly has the deer's attention, and the fact that it's behind branches makes it hard to Photoshop. And then you have night vision ones, and it's very useful. Like I said in previous videos, though, if you had very forward, clear, absolutely clear images of Bigfoot up close, like if you were at the zoo and you took a picture of a mountain gorilla on a nice sunny day with a nice camera 15 feet away, if you had those images and you put them on the internet, they would either mysteriously get taken down by forces that we don't understand or know about that are trying to control the subject, or people would come out of the woodwork and say that it's a hoax or it's a fake, and oh look, his Amazon account bought a gorilla suit or something. Or you would be discredited, or they'd just disappear, or both. Or you'd have a lot of supporters as well. And that's just what's so frustrating, is everybody wants proof. Then everybody says, well, we need a body. Who needs a body? If I had a body of Bigfoot, what am I going to do with 800-pound stinking dead Bigfoot anyway? besides probably be labeled another one of those Peter Kane guys who's like, is this real? I think it's real. No, it's not. It's a joke. Well, it's very difficult. There's no simple answers to this, and I suggest you do what I've been trying to do but not always successful at it, is be objective, look everything case by case, don't paint everything with a broad brush, keep an open mind. And thank you very much, folks, for watching this. Thank you very much for looking at these photos. Let me know what you think they are in a comment. Just be courteous to each other. There's a lot of hate in the world. We don't need to make any more of it. And if you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't already, please subscribe. And stay safe in the woods, folks. If you'd like to follow me on social media, you can find me at unstellar.com. You can also find me at twitter.com at realmattsquatch. This is where I post notifications for new videos outside of YouTube. And I'm also on Instagram. I post other random pictures here too, and sometimes some stuff about Bigfoot as well. And you can always email me at mattsquatchpresents@gmail.com.